Hello, everyone, and welcome. And before we get into the quotes, I would just like to say that this is not in any particular order, and if there's a quote that you didn't see that you wanted here, then I could easily make another video because this is just the ones that I liked and found, but there are so many Fallout New Vegas quotes that even 100 is not that many in the grand scheme of things. That being said, they are either profound, funny, or just simply iconic. So let's get into the quotes, shall we?
We warned you at Syracuse, and you persisted. You took advantage of us at New Canaan to drive us out, and like the dogs of Caesar you are, you followed us to Zion. And now you stand on holy ground, a temple to God's glory on earth. The only use for an animal in our temple is sacrifice. I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm, but the flame burned on and on. I want to have my revenge against him, against Caesar. I want to call it my own, to make my anger God's anger, to justify the things I've done. I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other.
Play stupid, play clever. Make the mistake of saying no. That collar on your neck will go off and take your head with it. When you came into the bunker, you saw a victim, their head blown off for disobedience. The city is filled with other stories. Many such stories. Is no your choice?
Do I? For what? Your greed? Curiosity? You came here on your own. No one held a gun to your head. I've seen your Pip-Boy archives, your map markers and notes. You picked up the Sierra Madre signal just as I did. You couldn't resist. So if you feel I have a lot to answer for, no, the blame isn't on my shoulders. Might as well have put the collar on yourself.
They try to put their stake in everything they see. Nobody's dick's that long. Not even Long Dick Johnson, and he had a fucking long dick. Thus the name. Used to call me Whiskey Rose back west, before I punched enough people, so now they say it. But quiet, and when I'm not around. Shh, we're hunting shitheads.
Attention, Big Mountain. This is an urgent message. If you happen to see a gecko, echo, What is it? The lobotomite is asking me things, and I'm trying to ignore them. My processors can't ignore you both at the same time. What is this, a high school science fair? Get your act together. You're making us look like a collection of round earthers. What illogic is this? Keep your filthy, penis-tipped feet out of our labs and secrets.
Get up without my permission. I'll blast your ass so far through your head, it'll turn the moon cherry pie red. Used to open in Paris. Now this. Christ, if that collar blows, I don't know if you'd know the difference. You'd probably still keep walking around with that dumb, blank look.
No, the world's always got another cage, waiting, keeping everything you want just out of reach. I'll prop your broken body in view of the Sierra Madre so you can see what you came to steal, forever out of reach as you die.
Well, thanks for taking a chance on a naive young girl from California with stars in her eyes and a pneumatic gauntlet on her hand. Great, thanks, thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after you, seriously. Ooh, got something good for me? Is it a dress? Sorry about that. Just because I love them doesn't mean some of them aren't assholes. Does jumping at them with my fists count as ranged? Fine. Hey, you try getting a date wearing scribe robes. Might as well be wearing sweatpants.
I'm no botanist, but I think this may not be entirely natural. I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole. I'm really very boring. You'd get better stories out of a Freeside junkie. I'm not exactly a mercenary, but taking out scumbags of this magnitude wouldn't cause me to lose any sleep. I can't comprehend how Caesar could so extensively scramble your sense of morality to make you think the Legion is a better alternative to anything. No, really. Have you ever snorted a ground-up Cazador venom sac? Neither have I, but I can guarantee you that a Freeside junkie has. Okay. I just wanted you to confirm that I'm traveling in the company of an insane fascist. Thanks. The people who live here don't deserve to be victims of your misguided attempts at political engineering, or are they just collateral damage? I mean, I'm not like them. I was born at Navarro and my father served with them, but I wasn't really part of the Enclave. It seems presumptuous of me to think I could join the fight, even if this is a cause worth fighting for, because I know when fighting breaks out at the dam, all hell is going to break loose in Freeside. They're going to need every doctor they can get. I still don't know how this is all going to shake out in the end, but at least the Enclave can atone a bit for all the damage it's done. Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries, stim packs out of barrel cacti, and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims. Hey there! Was it always your plan to sell me into slavery to Caesar, or was that a spur-of-the-moment thing? Why don't you make like Odysseus and get lost? Wait a second. What's going on? Am I playing Virgil to your Dante? I'd like to assume that we're tiptoeing into the mouth of hell out of academic curiosity, but I'm not so open-minded that I've lost my brains. Great. You're either unimaginably cruel or profoundly insane.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start. I hit what I was aiming for. Guess you had brains to spare. Or you just thick-skulled.
Baby, getting outplayed and getting cheated ain't the same thing. A lifelong learner is you, eh? Then make your questions count, because your lifelong is running life short. It's the house edge, baby. The key to stacking the odds in his favor. Or was, until I swiped it. There's more to it, but we don't have the time. By which I mean, you don't. Engel? I'm head on, baby. Flat out. All stops pulled, full steam ahead. Side bets are for losers. I'm playing to win.
Baby, ease off the gas. The chip belongs in the hands of someone who can use it, as in me, not you. It's a game, and games have winners and losers. I prefer the former. How about you? What I did to you was rotten. But if you think House, the NCR, or Caesar won't kill to put Vegas in their pocket, I really did blow out your brains.
Sorry to deny you a moment of primate triumph, but you'll have to go elsewhere to sound your barbaric yawp. You see that you and I are of a different stripe, don't you? We don't have to dream that we're important. We are. Success depends on forethought, dispassionate calculation of probabilities, accounting for every stray variable. Nothing to impede progress. If you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the windows. To your untrained eyes, it may look as though mankind is making a comeback. In the NCR, you have something that resembles a nation-state. Savage as it is, in Caesar's Legion, you have an organized society. But neither of these offer a future. They're regurgitations of the past. I offer many benefits, but vacation time isn't one of them. You don't see them raiding hospitals to cart away auto docs or armfuls of prosthetic organs. No, they greatly prefer the sort of technology that puts people in hospitals, or graves, rather, since hospitals went the way of the dodo. We're talking about a coterie of bulging-eyed fanatics who think all pre-war technology belongs to them. Because they're ridiculous. Because they gallivant around the Mojave pretending to be knights of yore. The world has no use for emotionally unstable techno-fetishists. Just wipe them out, will you? Ideological purity and shiny power armor don't count for much when you're outnumbered 15 to 1. Goodbye? Is that some kind of joke? You barely understand what I want you to accomplish down there. I can't reach through this monitor and compel you to follow instructions, but know this. If you disappoint me, you will pay for it. Are you a child? The platinum chip was taken from you, obviously. I much prefer working with robots. What of it? I enjoy them. There's something about a little diorama set inside a glass dome that I find pleasing. Marvelous work ethic. Bravo! An opinion you expressed with supreme subtlety and finesse. Moving on. Not interested? Not interested? You have an interest in this, even if you're too stupid to know it. If you have an interest in breathing, you have an interest in this. I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself. Consequently, I have to wait and see what happens. It's grotesque. You are the first person to step foot inside the Lucky 38 in over 200 years. It was not an invitation I made lightly. I'm not offering you an incentive as crude as money, though there'll be plenty of that. What I'm offering you is a ground floor opportunity in the most important enterprise on Earth. What I'm offering is a future. For you, and for what remains of the human race. Don't let the video screens and computer terminals fool you. I'm flesh and blood, not silicone. You needn't be afraid of me. It's my Securitrons that are going to kill you. By the time I was 30 years old, I was a billionaire 30 times over. I founded and ran a vast economic empire. Do you really think I'm going to let an upstart come into my home and ransom my property to me? I spent 2 centuries searching for the platinum chip. It's my invention, my property, mine! Now be a good courier and deliver it! I invite you to think carefully about what you do next, standing alone before me, surrounded by my heavily armed Securitron guards. New Vegas is more than a city. It's the remedy to mankind's derailment.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle? Fancy meeting you here, friend. I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
And if you had, a huge killer robot at your command, yeah, that would just clutter things up. And a lesser person might want that kind of overwhelming force on their side. But where's the challenge in that? This is gonna be great. I'm gonna help you accomplish so much, whether I want to or not. You did a super job wrapping things up, and I'm not just saying that because I have to.
We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my legion will have its Rome. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council will be eradicated, but the new synthesis will change the Legion as well. from a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado. I've heard it's a bad idea to tempt the wrath of Caesar.
Nipton was a wicked place, debased and corrupt. It served all comers, so long as they paid. Profligate troops, powder gangers, men of the Legion, such as myself. The people here didn't care. It was a town of whores. For a pittance, the town agreed to lead those it had sheltered into a trap. Only when I sprang it did they realize they were caught inside it too. The eyes of the mighty Caesar are upon you. He appreciates your service and bestows upon you the exceptional gift of his mark. My lord requires your presence at his camp at Fortification Hill. His mark will guarantee your safe conduct through our lands. Ah, yes. We are forbidden from speaking his true name. He was a shaman of some kind before he met Caesar, a holy man from out of the Utah. The Burn Man proved dangerous, unpredictable, and impossible to kill. He helped Caesar form the Legion, but almost led it to destruction. Don't worry. I won't have you lashed to a cross like the rest of these degenerates. It's useful that you happen by. I want you to witness the fate of the town of Nipton, to memorize every detail. And then, when you move on, I want you to teach everyone you meet the lesson that Caesar's Legion taught here, especially any NCR troops you run across.
What's the matter, dearie? Afraid Grandma will embarrass you in front of your little friends?
Didn't your mother ever tell you it's polite to help an old lady carry her bags? Hush, Leo. It's medicine time now.
The Kings are about an idea, you see, where every man is free to follow his own path, do his own thing, where every man is a king in his own right.
We shall see how brave you are when nailed to the walls of Hoover Dam, your body facing west so you may watch your world die. And who are you to come before me? You bear the insignia of the bear, yet you do not wear it as a soldier of the West wears it. I see you fight with words, like all beneath the flag of the bear. Let us hope your skill with weapons proves greater. No need to destroy the bear. Just cut its throat. Who are you? I do not know your history.
And that is my list of the top 100 Fallout New Vegas quotes. That does not necessarily mean that they are any better than ones that I didn't pick. I just found ones and remembered ones that I liked. So if you'd like to see a part 2, mention quotes that you would like to see or that you think I missed. I'd also appreciate it if you liked and subscribed and gave me any feedback on how I can improve my content and what other kind of content you would like in the future. That being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I've been